My boyfriend wants it morning, noon, and night. Dear Pastor, I am 21 years old and I have been reading your column in the Star before I became a teenager. My mother is a higgler and every day she bought the newspaper. When she came home and tidied herself, she would read the paper. There were times that she would be on the phone discussing it with her friends. When her boyfriend came home, she also told him what she read. Sometimes he used to curse and say what he wanted was food and not to be told how a man should treat a woman, because Pastor pack up women's heads about how men should treat them.
How dare you!
My mother had 3 of us, 2 for one man and the last child for this man. He used to travel and buy things for my mother to sell. As children, we wore the most fashionable shoes and clothes in the community. We were able to eat and drink what we wanted. My mother taught us how to cook, and every Sunday we had rice and peas, and we drank carrot juice. It was always my mother's desire to move us out of the ghetto. She was able to do so when my uncle died and left her a house in the Kingston 5 area. However, my father told her to stay in the ghetto, and to rent the house that her brother left in his will for her. She said she wanted to move, so one day, without his consent, she moved.
Okay.
My father was not pleased. After a while, he got involved with one of the women in the community and my mother threatened the woman. My father told the woman that my mother has to keep quiet because she is the one who left him. When my mother saw that my father was not going to move from the area, she gave up. My mother stopped allowing me to go to my father's house in the ghetto, because she was afraid that the guys in the area would try to be with me. The guys used to call me fatty. I look much older than my age and I had big breasts. I didn't like any of the guys in the area, but I love one of the guys who attend the same high school as me. His father was a policeman. I felt safe when he was with me, but his mother and father were not in a relationship anymore. He was lucky to get a visa. He went away and never came back. I got another boyfriend and the first night he took me out, he forced me to have sex with him and I got pregnant. My father said that if my mother had not moved us from the ghetto, that would not have happened to me.
Correct!
I am now attending Heart Trust and the grandmother of my child takes care of him. This guy and I are still together, but he wants to have sex with me morning, noon, and night. That is all on his mind. I cannot get my first boyfriend out of my mind, but it does not appear as if he will return to Jamaica for now. He said I should not give up on him, although he has another woman in America. What advice can you give to me? B.
Dear B, I do not know what course you are pursuing at heart, but I will tell you to put your entire mind in it, and take your mind off the man who is now living in America. From what you said about him, he is a good guy. However, you should not give him the impression that you are a puppet. Unfortunately, after he left, you got pregnant by another man. You say that this other guy behaves like a sex maniac, he wants sex morning, noon and night. You were not wise enough to prevent him from getting you pregnant. I hope that you will learn to protect yourself from another pregnancy. If you feel you must have sex, then you have to protect yourself. Your father has blamed your mother for what has happened to you, but that was very unfair of him to do. Your mother did not want to continue to live in that area, and your father felt that there was no need for her to leave. Take good care of yourself, and write to me again. Pastor.
Well guys, it is said that the first love is the deepest, so this is probably the reason why this writer is seemingly obsessed with her first boyfriend, or perhaps she would like the opportunity to live overseas. Whatever the case is, this writer is taken, so it is best she focus on her current relationship, especially her education. I understand that a man will want sex because it is actually a need for men.
You got me.
So I hope the writer talks to her current boyfriend and gets him to agree on giving her a day to rest after each sexual encounter and to always use a condom, especially since she is in school and wants to focus on passing her courses. Anyway guys, have you ever been in a relationship where you want sex more than your partner and your partner makes you seem too pushy for sex? What did you do then? And ladies, Is it too much to let your man get his rocks off every day or at least every other day? While you think about it, let's check out the comment section.
First comment comes from Vernal. Labor for learning before you grow old. For learning is better than silver and gold. Silver and gold will vanish away, but a good education or skill will never decay. What advice do you really need? For starters, you can say no if you are not interested in having sex morning, noon, and night. Also, make sure that you are protecting yourself from pregnancy, STD. One cannot be too careful. You are attending Heart Trust and very fortunate that the child's grandmother is taking care of him. Mike B added, forget about your first boyfriend, especially seeing that he already has another woman. If he truly loved you, he would have found a way to visit you at least once already. I repeat, if he truly loved you, he would have already visited you. He would have made you a priority. But he wants to have his cake and eat it, too. Your current situation started out carelessly. You should have insisted that he used protection, or considered getting intimate at a later date. Some girls do make it clear that there is no nookie on the first date. Remember, this was the first night he was taking you out. You should have been firmer in saying no. You will need to level with your baby father that sex alone will not sustain a good relationship. Tell him to find a hobby or something. Clearly you love him and want the relationship to work. For now, try your best not to get pregnant again and stay focused on your studies. I can't blame your mom for moving to a better area. Hopster Berry also added, your mother made a very wise decision in getting her children and herself from the ghetto. Who would want to expose themselves to vicious living day in and day out? Your father is a lost cause. Living in her uncle's house would give her the upper hand, and that is what he did not want. The fellow who forced you did not respect you. I am sorry I could never stay with a man like that. He is nothing but a bully. The fellow in America may not have his paper together. Sometimes it takes a good while before things can get straightened out. I wish you a good future. Plan for it. Can we talk too? Said, Pastor. I'm not sure that I entirely believe the statement from this writer insofar as I got another boyfriend and the first night he took me out, he forced me to have sex with him and I got pregnant. If that was indeed the case, why didn't this writer advise her mother of same and take this matter to the police? This young woman, when she saw what his intentions were, did not ask him about a condom, or herself tried to get away. She never asked about the morning after pill. She didn't understand the implications of having unprotected sex. Not in this day and age am I for one believing that hogwash. It should come as no great surprise to this writer that now that she's done the deed and has a child for her boyfriend, that his expectations are that she should be willing to have sex when he feels for it. In reading this letter over multiple times, absolutely nowhere has she uttered one word about what she expects to accomplish for herself for her life, and by extension, for the child she is now mother to, but is talking and musing about a current boyfriend or a former one who's flown the proverbial coop. While I do not fault your reply, Pastor, it would be admirable of you to have placed more emphasis on her studies at heart insofar as getting herself an employment upon completion so as to be self-reliant. I get a sense from this letter as an outsider looking in that she wants to be perceived as the victim and perhaps is distancing herself from taking responsibility for what happens to her. Possibly though, I've missed the mark, who knows? Guna4Life7 commented, your mother took you away from your father and didn't even allow you to visit him. What did she expect was going to happen? Young girls need their father's protection and logic. Sounds like your mother just allowed you to have all the freedom in the world but didn't teach you the basics.
That don't make no sense. But
Anita Ram came from left field with her comment, a man who knows how to do his thing in the bedroom, a woman will never get tired of him. He's gonna be worth every minute of her time. She will even call out of work, do silly things, etc., just for that cherished moment, but if a man does not have high vibes, then a woman will loaf out the thing.
correct!
Leach also commented, sad to say, but your mother is to blame for 50% of your downfall. Also, if the man wants it, give it to him. Why are you holding back? And the last comment comes from King Ironside, I am the same as that man. I man love it morning, noon and night. My girlfriend loves it too. Sex is great.
Well guys, Sex is a crucial component to any healthy relationship. It is a glue that keeps the two bonded physically and emotionally. The average man tends to want sex more often than the average woman, but women love sex more than men.
He ain't lying.
So perhaps, this writer is not enjoying the sex with her current boyfriend and is reminiscing about her first boyfriend, which is a dangerous thing to do while she is in a relationship. But guys, let me know what you think about this story in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel for more relationship stories like this one and like the video. It really helps me out a lot. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Love.